When I set a goal for myself, it's not because I love to work with the medium essentially, though that could become a part of it. It's the ultimate product that I'm interested in. I used to play this instrument. I like this instrument. I love this instrument. I like the music that comes from it. And because I know how to build things and how to figure things out, I put all my efforts to making an excellent instrument. Trimming the end of the board and then flexing it, and if it seems to crack along a predictable line all the time, I know it's not going to make a good stave, because when I bend the wood, it's going to crack in the length and then I'll have a bad stave. If it escapes me on the bending, during the bending process, once I've got it glued, I've got a screwed up drum. So the best thing to do is to eliminate it now. And this is about a 6th to 7th piece, and I'm still doing it. That's going to cost me dearly when I get to the other end of this board. I thought it was improving. It might be running right along this difference between the sap line and the heartwood. A little bit of tree bark on there. See what with that? Same shit. That's the crack that's going all the way through. You know, I'm marking it here. All right. Now I'm going to take a measurement here, and I need about 2 1/4 inches for the average stave. So if I have 4 1/2 inches, it'll be fine. I'm a little shy of that right now. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little arrow here and write the word tight. And that's an indication that this should be, that the template should be put very tightly to here and to try to avoid this area in here. Right? And I'm going to mark that area. And then I'm just going to write the word over here. Over. And then I'm going to write tail. And that's an indication that the tails of the drum should be put here. That means that the most material is going to be cut off on this end. You know, the tail of the stave. This being the head of the stave, this being the tail of the stave, so that when it's scribed out, there's a good chance of getting 2 staves out of here, right? One here and then one adjacent to it, and then just throwing this piece out over here, right? So that's one. I always had a job. I worked in construction as a tinsmith sheet metal apprentice back then. Ran a coffee shop at night. I had a partner had two separate partners at different times. Yeah? And this was around 1960. And during the day, I worked for National Sheet Metal Works. I finished up my apprenticeship in 1960, actually. Mm-hmm. Started in 56, it's a 4-year apprenticeship. And worked at it until about 76. And when the bottom fell out of construction, I started making congas. And then when the bottom came back into construction, I was too stupid to go back, so.
we got some chicken fritters. Okay? Okay. Come right up to here and stop right here, all right? Come on. Okay, come on. Come on. Let's go. All right, there we go. How about a dime a piece? All right, I don't have any candy. Okay? There you go. It's 10 cents for you, and 10 cents for you. Okay? Yeah, you're on television. You see that? Okay. Your boy George's girlfriend, hot love? Wow. Make sure you close the door behind you when you go out, and don't get your fingers stuck in it now. Carefully. Okay, bye-bye. Pull it shut. Very good. I didn't know Boy George had a girlfriend called Hot Love. I didn't know Boy George had a girlfriend. Isn't that something? I wonder if Boy George's girlfriend... Well, I shouldn't say, right?
It's getting very confusing.
I shouldn't say that I didn't know that
You could say it.
I didn't know Boy George's girlfriend. I didn't know what the hell, I forgot what the hell I was gonna say. I'll say this though, it's a confusing world I'm in today. Yeah. I never knew there'd be sexual political parties. Especially homosexual political parties. I thought it was just a state of being. I didn't know it was political. I guess it is. I think by the time I'm done, you'll realize that there's more hammering to making these than anything else. Which is a pretty good thing. Because I was a tinsmith for 20 years before I started this. So it's safe to say I had a hammer in my hand for nearly 30 years. One time or another. Snug this up some more. Not going to get it all the way tight just yet. I'm going to level it off some. Put this right down to the floor. Turn it over. And get rid of these bags temporarily. Stand up. This definitely needs to be reground. I might have to stop and regrind this blade. I'm almost positive I do. Yep. I got this in an old box of tools I bought once. It's an old clay stone. If I can buy a great big one just like it, I'd love it. It's actually half a stone. What it is, they're abrasive particles embedded in clay. And it really does a good job. I got all the, like the Arkansas white stones and all this other bullshit. I got a Japanese stone up there. And I'm not too crazy about it. This thing works really well. This thing sharpens it, and that's it. And without all the hype that goes with it. It seems that a lot of doctors are getting into woodworking now. So they got to have a whole lot of fancy stones and little wooden cases for them. Got guys that have more into their basement for a hobby than I have trying to earn a living with. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm getting rid of the burr on the other side. This feels pretty sharp already. And continue the shaving process. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm backing these staves. The staves are going to be ultimately rounded anyway. This is going to be a barrel-shaped instrument. So I'm backing them now, mainly to keep them from turning concave on me. In other words, with the pressure of the steaming and driving the bands on, the staves are liable to start turning this way. If I previously form the outside of the stave, round the outside of the stave, the tendency to turn the other way has got to be diminished. Also, I'm going to be removing a lot of wood from this anyway. I might as well remove a little bit of it now. This doesn't really amount to much, but obviously it's easier to steam and bend something thinner than it is something thicker. Working 4 different kinds of wood now, and frankly, I wish I was only working one because it creates a lot of clutter and confusion in the shop. I've always got to keep stocked up on all 4 varieties and all 4 sizes. It'd be much easier if I only work one kind of wood. Most drum makers are working one kind of wood only. Yeah, these are both tumbadoras, and this is the top, right, of the drum. This is going to be the bottom. There's going to be an inch cut off either end later on the lathe. This corresponds to this drum by this being the top right now. This is going to be where the head of the drum is, and this portion here is going to be this. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the steam for several hours. I'm going to pull it out. Okay, now hold on a minute. Let me get back in position.